We just need one clap.
I wanted to clap too.
You clap.
No, do it together.
No, because we need one clap. That's the whole point, because you need it to go one sound.
You go.
Okay.
I'm Holly.
And I'm Stacey.
And we are here to discuss the side of musical theatre that isn't talked about enough.
And we're going to cover all of the topics that you're maybe not so excited to finally announce on your Instagram page.
Welcome to Behind the Curtain.
We've got to start somewhere.
We do.
Let's start on... talk about Behind the Curtain, when it's first started. This is Holly's passion project that started when?
This started when I was on tour with Mamma Mia, and I had kind of ticked off all my swing tracks, and I wanted to do something that was like a passion project. And I was like, I want to do something and create something for people in our industry that even if you're on tour or even if you're out of work, you still feel part of something, because I feel like sometimes it is really lonely. It can be really lonely. And I wanted to create something that people could hear and feel a part of and know that you're not alone in it. I did it for a year, and I came off tour 2024 January. And I was like, I'm going to revamp it. I'm going to get loads of podcast interviews and everything because I've got more time. And actually I had more time technically because I wasn't working, but I also had less time because I was then auditioning and I was also moving and finding a new house and finding a new lifestyle. And I'd lost the niche of where I wanted to go with it. And I'd lost the message and the kind of love for it. And I didn't want to just put it out just to be putting content out there. I wanted to actually come back to the reason why I started the podcast and why this was a whole big thing in the first place. And then, like, obviously chatting to you now, like a year later, and chatting to other people, actually, I've had that spur of it back again. And I just think it was just always coming back to, like, why I did it and why I started it.
And what you wanted the message to be.
What I wanted the message to be. And I think, like we've spoken about, and we've got this now back on, like, I feel motivated again with it. And I feel like I found the message back of, like, we want to talk about the things that we don't talk about, that isn't just on Instagram, isn't you getting the next job or getting the next big thing or whatever. It's the things in between that actually get you to where you, they get you to where you need to be and get you from A to B. So yeah, and I hope that we can keep on inspiring and keep on making people feel part of something that is...
I think it's also hard as performers to feel like you can have an honest and transparent dialogue and still remain employable. But it is important because we don't really have a lot of, like, certainly public spaces in order to do that, because I think a lot of the time we're kind of conditioned to feel like we're the bottom of the food chain. And you should be overwhelmingly grateful for every and any opportunity that comes your way, and you should, not bite the hand that feeds you. And it's not about having a space of, like, doing that necessarily, but it is also about learning it's okay to maybe not feel like we're so excited to finally announce things all the time, because that's just not the reality. As we've learned. We also should touch on the fact that we're in the Edinburgh Playhouse right now, because we're very lucky to be on the Rocky Horror Show UK tour.
We've been on it for 6 months.
We have. We did a stint at the Dominion, which was absolutely amazing. And we've got 7 and a bit months to go on this contract, which has been amazing, but it's also something that we do want to touch on because it's tough on the road. And I think it's really difficult because this is now my second tour. I was also touring with Bat Out of Hell a few years ago, and I remember getting that phone call and being like, it has happened. And I think I look back now and I'm like, I don't even really know if I knew what it meant, but it was like, I got the phone call. I got to do the Instagram post. And that is such an amazing feeling. I've just bashed my microphone. Can you tell that I'm new to this? It happened and it was amazing, but it's not easy being on the road. We've smashed the game. We've only got like 4 more venues that we need to sort out. And that's a big stress
we're
off the
organised
shoulders.
Queens.
Yeah. But again, like you said, we have been lucky enough that this isn't our first touring experience. And I think I definitely came into this contract a bit more clued up.
Yes, me too, yeah.
I mean, my whole thing of joining BAT was so crazy. And it was like, I auditioned, got through to the finals, but between like the recalls and the finals, the track I was up for had disappeared because of situations that had happened with their pre-COVID cast. And then it was like 4:00 on a Saturday, and I remember I was teaching an open tap class at the Hub, in Bethnal Green.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on my way, and I get on the overground, and then I see a phone call from my agent, and it was literally, can you get on a train to Manchester tomorrow morning to join the UK tour of Bat of Hell? And I didn't even know how long I was going for.
Oh, I got goosebumps.
Yeah, it was amazing. And I remember it so vividly. I remember standing on the platform, ringing my mum, and again, just going home and being like, it's actually happened. And that had been after a long old graft, let me tell you. Like, I was definitely not I graduated into my West End job and then I did that. Like, it was tough. But again, coming into this, I think nothing would be more crazy than you've got 24 hours to pack 16 months of your life up. So coming into this and sorting digs, I was like, right, I know what I need to prioritise. But
that reminds me, when you said 24 hours, it just took me back to Mamma Mia, and it was like, I've got 24 hours to find out.
Yeah. Maybe I'm manifesting without even realising. I definitely, as well, what you were saying about having more time on your hands, I really struggle with like not having a routine.
Yeah, me
and
too.
I think, I don't want to sit here and pretend that it's so easy when you've got, because we've just sat here and said how difficult it can be to constantly change location, but those times when you are out of work, your mental space is then taken up with like, okay, how much of my muggle job can I sort out? How much money am I going to earn? I've got to learn this. And it's really difficult, I think, when you lose that structure to then make things like this happen and get passion projects, not even off the ground, but then stay consistent with them because everything's changing.
Yeah.
And you might get a phone call at 4:00 on a Saturday from, I was just about to say my agent's full name. That's not really appropriate.
You know who you are.
You know who you are, and I love you. Things can change at the drop of a hat, which I suppose we have the benefit now of at least knowing where we're going to be at for the next few months. I'm excited.
I'm really excited.
Thanks for asking me to co-host Behind the Curtain.
You're so welcome. I'm so glad to have you part of it.
I wonder where this journey is going to take us.
What I want to do is I want to be a spokesperson and a community leader. Basically, I want to be famous.
Love that.
No, I just want to create a space with the podcast to bring people together, for people to feel like they're being heard, they're being listened to, they feel supported, and that they're not alone. Mm-hmm. And that's all I want. I want to be able to help. That's why I started it. I wanted to be able to help people feel less alone in the industry. And hopefully that's
part of something.
Yeah, and hopefully that's what we can do, even if it's just to be in your ears for 45 minutes and have it on before you go, I don't know, just go for a walk and you feel less alone in this crazy industry.
Something to listen when you're climbing the stairs at Pineapple up to Studio 79.
Yeah.
Which is also where we met. We didn't even touch on that.
Oh my God!
Holly and I met. It was like this time last year, wasn't it?
Yes.
And we were in the trenches.
Dum, dum, dum.
We literally were in the trenches. Like, how many audition rooms did we sit outside and we'd be like, oh, I didn't book that, did you? No, that's why I'm here. Same. And it happened like 7 weeks in a row. And then it was one of my best mates saw your post on Theatre Digs being I need to find somewhere in Liverpool for 5 weeks. And I just had my offer through and I was like, bit weird, 5 weeks in Liverpool, that's where I need to be. And she was like, babe, I'm telling you now, this door's just gone and booked Rocky. And I was like, oh my God. And now here we are.
Here we are.
And we did stay together in Liverpool.
We did.
In a really nice flat that two of my best mates then locked us out of when they came to visit. But I'm excited to be on this journey with you, and I'm excited for people to join us behind the curtain.
Me too.
Do we say tune in next week? Is that what we do? Bye!